Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Not sure what you're up to today or what your plans are, but we are putting a little hold on the powerhouse because we got some great news. Sandra's cabin, my mother-in-law, Bianca's mom, it's finally being delivered today. Delivered! It's been finished, it's being delivered. So that's very exciting. It's been a really long delay. So now what I'm trying to do is get the blocks figured out here, just to see exactly what the difference in elevation is between this pad right here, between that one right there, alright? So, in the future, whenever I do any projects, and I wanted to do it on this one really bad, that involve concrete, I'm going to take the time to make sure that the top of the slab is equal elevation, or equal in height, okay? I don't like blocks. I realize that, you know, the concrete's a base and then you put the block and then you put the house or whatever, but personally, I'm not a fan. So, that said, I have to find the difference between the levels so we can make sure the house or the cabin itself is level once it's dropped on top of the blocks. So what I have is, I got it on super sale. It's like 50% off. It's a circle level that just shoots a line out in a circle. It's like $50 for it. It comes with a tripod and all this stuff. I was really worried about these slabs, you know, about how level even they were for a block sitting on them. But then when I sat the tripod down, oh hey Arya, and I came and looked at this, the level, it's pretty much dead center. So, awesome. This is the exact center of where the cabin will be in the future. I'm going to set the laser line circle level up right here. Then it's going to broadcast a line at exactly the same height all the way around. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with a yardstick or a 4-foot ruler essentially. I actually have a metal ruler that's 4 feet, but a yardstick, whatever will work. And then I'm going to put it up horizontally like this and put on that pad, and then at a certain height it's going to read a number, and I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to write what pier it is. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to look at the number, write it down. And as I come over here, what's going to happen is the number is going to be very, very different than the number that's over here. And that will directly tell me the difference in elevation between all of the cement pads. Then I can say, oh, do I have 6 inches over here, which I think I do? Okay, I can put, you know, a couple blocks that equal 6 inches. Up here is going to be a high spot, and nothing's going to be there. Just the cabin skid's going to be there. And then down here, as it slopes away, there's going to be blocks. So it's going to be fully supported on concrete over there. As it goes over here to this side where the slope is mostly, it will be on blocks. So that's what I got going for now. I'm about 4 hours away from a truck being here with the cabin on top of it. So here's hoping I can get all this figured out in time. Alright, so before I even get started measuring, I drew myself a little diagram here kind of representing exactly the piers and how they were poured. So I basically, on each side, I have 5 drilled holes filled with concrete. Then in the center, I have 4 linear wing-shaped ones. So now I just gotta go back and shoot it. It's gonna take me a few minutes, but we'll see. Now I got myself a diagram of the piers, just to help myself with layout in a second here when I start getting all these numbers from the tape measure. I also have the laser level set up here and all leveled. I guess as level as we can get it, you know. Now I'm going to come in here and see if I can do this by myself. I'm going to hit the on button. It's going to broadcast a circular laser in a line. I'm going to put these goggles on, and then I'm going to start recording numbers. Alright, major problem, doesn't work at all. It literally throws a laser like maybe this far in the daytime right now, even though with this cloudy cover, which is quite a bit. Can't see anything. And so I got to figure out a different way to do this. It doesn't work in the daytime, sorry cat. Okay, so I figured out another way to do it. It's more involved, but whatever. I'm going to tie a string here. I'm going to make it taut all the way over to that corner behind where Bianca's standing. I'm going to have a line level where she is to make sure that the line she pulls is well, if we're allowed to, we'll make sure it's very level. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the measurer stick along all these and take a number right where the string is lying while she holds it level. It's going to be a little more difficult and requires two people, unfortunately, but it's what we got to do. It's one way of doing it. Alright, so here we go. So the bubble's level. Now I'm going to take this stick here and set it down and look at the number. And that number is, let's see here, 11 1/4.
You should have pushed it on the string.
Yep, 11 1/4, pretty much exactly. So now, this is the end one. I'm going to go mark that on my piece of cardboard, 11 1/4, and then do this multiple times. Alright, here we go. Look at how different those numbers are, man. So now what I need to do is I need to subtract 2 5/8 of an inch, 2 1/2 from every single number on here, and that's exactly the height of the block that I would need underneath each point here to make it level. So we'll see how it goes. Concrete blocks, the ones with the 4x4 puck sticking out of them that are tapered, those are I think like 10 inches tall or something like that. So I immediately see that I should be able to at least use one of them, hopefully. I'll go take a measurement and see what I can come up with. This is why I want to take a long time in the future to get all this set up so I can know that these are all the same height. I knew this would happen, but tough. Alright, so here are the revised numbers. The numbers in blue in the cardboard on top, those are the numbers minus 2 5/8, okay? So on the top left is 0. That means the cabin will be touching that concrete. The one that says 1 3/8, that's the gap. That's the distance I need to make up with wood. So I've done that for all these numbers. Near my finger, in the bottom left, you'll see a little drawing of a trapezoidal shape. That's one of the concrete blocks with a 4x4 puck on it. They're commonly called deck blocks. They're 8 1/4 inch tall. Now, on this bright colorful box, I have translated those numbers into board diagrams, okay? Okay, so here we are. We've gone ahead and translated the box diagram into this shape here. It actually goes like this. And if we were to actually be able to focus on the box and not get attacked by bees, we would see that there's 3 cement blocks in a row on the bottom row, 3 in an L shape in the middle, and then 2 in the top right. Alright? The words on top of that, like FEN, that's a fence board. So, here's one that's supposed to have a 2x4 and a fence board on top of it. Then this one over here is supposed to just have a fence board on top of it. This one has a 2x4 and then a fence board. These three in an L shape in the middle, believe it or not, they are within 1/4 inch of each other in height, so they actually don't need anything at all. So I put X's through them. Alright. Then these ones in the corner, they just need fence boards. Fence board, fence board. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go keep this around, maybe draw it on the concrete and chalk on exactly what needs to go on the concrete pads that don't have any concrete blocks on them. So the cabin delivery company that's helping us level this today and bringing the machine to lift the whole house up is going to bring some pressure treated 2x4s and 4x4s and random things like that. And because this is so crazy, we wanted to do the due diligence, I guess they might call it, of figuring out all of it ahead of time so we can know where the house needs to be, what the ground is currently, and how much work it's going to be to get it level. This would be a headache and a half to try to level 4 skids on a really bad slope ground like this. So that's why we're getting this math out of the way. All we need to do now is have the cabin guy show up and we can start dropping the other cabin up the hill. Alright, so just a quick note. The cabin delivering company sent their delivery driver so late in the day that he showed up like right before dark. If you check out the other video of Sandra's cabin being delivered, you'll see that. And so, all the work we did on this video, we weren't actually able to put to anything. So, they're going to come back next week, hopefully, with their cabin moving machine and lift our cabin up and move it forward and drop it down and level it. So, the work wasn't for nothing, so I can't wait to use it. Next week. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Look at what I woke up to. Beautiful. It's a beautiful day. It's a nice day to get some work done, relax with family, enjoy nature.